Hey, how's everyone today? So, I wanted to make another video of my Tower 55 locomotive, the Union Pacific GEVO, and I found out a lot more than what I once knew about them. It's so very interesting. So, Tower 55 is overland, and overland is popular for their very high-end and very expensive brass locomotives. I do not have one. I don't know if I ever will have one. Maybe someday. So, these are made in Korea. And some interesting things I found out about it is, and of course I didn't know at first because I no experience with these before, but the walkway grab irons, those are brass. So there's a lot of brass detail parts. Walkway grab irons are brass. The small grab irons are brass. The vent shades are brass. Like the top and the side vent shades are brass. The lift rings or eye bolts that it has on it are brass. And I mean, these came out in 2004, 2005. And it's very, I mean, I do got some older locomotives, but this is very impressive. So the side walkway grab irons, those are brass, and they, oh, I'm trying to zoom out a bit. They hook right in to the, I think you call them stanchions. I think I got the word right. But yeah, they hook right into them, so they're all separate from from the walkway grab irons. And we have detailed fans, like those are fans inside the grill. And the interesting thing, they didn't produce these for very long. I think it might have been a year, and then Atheron purchased the molding and the tooling for the body and the chassis and everything, and this turned into their Genesis version of their GEVOs, or the ES44AC and DC, as they're probably more known in some places. But yeah, so the rear walkway, the walkway grab irons and the small grab irons, they're all brass. And the detail's great. I mean, you got MU hoses and everything. And the electrical connections, that's all there. Now here's a really funny thing. So I love Aurora Miniatures. Their SD60F, beautiful locomotive. I have one, but they claimed that they are the first in HO scale to do realistic traction motors. They are not. Tower 55 did this, and if I look in the instruction manual, they even say it. So they have. Oh, I gotta get it in the light a little better. They have detailed traction motors, and you got the little drive shafts in there that go to the drive axles. And from the side, it looks a lot more realistic. So I would say Tower 55, unless anyone knows any differently, I would definitely credit them for being the first in plastic HL scale to do that. As much as I love Aurora Miniatures, I'm not trying to hate on them or anything, but they're not the first. So Tower 55 did this back in 2004, 2005, long before Aurora Miniatures did the SD60F. I just thought I'd point that out just because. And so the now the fuel tank is decently detailed. I mean, definitely for its day. And I mean, the only other thing I can compare it to is the modern Intermountains version of the GEVO. But I mean, this is leaps and bounds ahead. There's really, I mean, we could compare the two of them side by side, but I mean, so detail wise, we got molded wiring and piping, I call it. Sorry, I'm trying to get the light to work a little better here. My hand probably casts a little shadow. So yeah, it does have this molded detail piping and wiring along the frame, which is fine. I got no issues with that. You can just kind of see it there. I mean, that's perfectly okay. But I mean, of course, the Intermountain, I mean, like, if we're going to do a comparison, something that's like over 20 years apart, I mean, its piping and wiring is all separately applied, right? So, I mean, yeah, I mean, we could compare that, but I don't consider it a fair comparison because there's so much difference in the time when these locomotives are built. But I don't have an Athearn Genesis Gevo to compare it to, so I can't really do that. There, we'll turn around the other side. Oh yeah, and I did forget to mention that even it just went on the rails perfectly like the first time there. Like even the windshield wipers, they're brass, so that's pretty awesome. And the ditch lights housing are brass. That's pretty cool. Like I'm so impressed with this locomotive that I ordered another one that I found off eBay here in someone else in a different province in Canada. Brand new in box, never used. So yeah, but it's not DCC and sound. This one is. This one's DCC and sound. I found it at our local hobby shop here in Nova Scotia. They're in the capital city of Halifax. I'm pretty far away from there, but I make an adventure to Halifax to visit family about once a month. But yeah, I want to collect all these Tower 55 locomotives that they produced if I can find them. I'm looking at another one. I'm looking at a BNSF that I'm thinking of pulling the trigger on. And yeah, I mean it's got interior detail too as well. I mean, this is pretty awesome. And there is some those grills there are see-through. Those ones are. And check it out. We even got the grab rails on the side there. It's pretty awesome. But overall, like it's back to 2004. This thing's pretty cool. And if you take it apart, you can definitely see where Athearn Genesis pretty much used everything when they bought the tooling and the shell on their version of the ES44AC and DC, but they didn't keep the realistic traction motors. They did their own driveline with that. But man, if someone wants something cool to collect, look for these and grab them. Now, the biggest thing is they do have an issue with their what the drive shaft gear. Those are known to break, but there are replacements. I can't remember the name of the website. It's in my history, but it's not hard to find replacements, and the replacements apparently, from what I've read, do not fail. So the other one, this one has been replaced by the previous owner, probably way back in the day, with with a metal gear that connects to the main drive shaft on each end. So it's got a little metal gear on each ends that connects to the main drive shaft on the top of the truck assembly. So this one here upgraded the metal, so it theoretically should never fail. But I definitely wanted to make another video of this. I'm glad I did because I personally learned a lot more about it. And I'm going to collect them all if I can find them. And it's going to be pretty cool because I do definitely enjoy it quite a bit. Now, the DCC and sound is quite dated, so I will upgrade that because it will be an easy upgrade. I'll upgrade it to Tsunami 2 or Lock Sound or one of my personal favorite there, the TCS Well Sound is my favorite so far. But I'm going to end this video for now. Everyone take care. Have a great one. I'll have another one going soon.